welcome to NGS Season 11, here to cast Division C West. Can't Counterpick Stupid, taking on Can't Connect Stuns. And I'm sure this is going to be fun for everyone trying to keep track of what CCS team is which. But we'll get through this together. We do have those map picks coming in already here, so we'll go over that coin toss and where we're heading for game number 1. Coin toss was won by Can't Connect Stuns. They've actually opted to take map pick off of that coin toss, giving first pick to Can't Counterpick Stupid. The map bans coming out here. Brax's Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, banned out by Can't Counterpick Stupid. Can't Connect Stuns, taking out Towers of Doom and Garden of Terror. Just waiting on a couple players in here, and they're ready to come out in the lobby. We're going to be kicking it off on Volskaya Foundry here. It's like the ultimate CCS showdown. I'm excited to cast this match. They're joking about how many times I'm going to fit CCS into this cast. Alright, I'm going to let them know I'm ready to get into this. Hopefully they're ready to get into this as well. Pop back on over here. Until then. Now, I'm going to bet we're going to see a lot of target banning coming out between these two teams here. I'm sure they're quite familiar with each other's, you know, mains and what they like to play, as they're both from CCS. How many Asmodans can you fit in one lobby? I don't Remember when at ARAMs you could have just had all 10 of the same hero in your ARAM? Those were the days. I'm trying to get the ball rolling here, letting them know I'm ready a couple times. Well, Sky Foundry, it's an interesting map. I find like the Triglav sometimes doesn't feel as strong and powerful as it maybe should be. So there's a lot of opportunities here where even if you lose the objective, you can look to fight behind the Triglav Protector, get some picks past that, or potentially draft something that's decent at sieging and just pushing an opposite lane. You know, they're going to take, for example, the Triglav top after winning it. Well, you go bottom with some of your, like, Sylvanas, whatever, push that down, open the map up down in the bottom lane. Likely, you know, this is typically a late game map anyway. You're going to end up fighting over a C-point Triglav Protector at around level 20. It's not a bad trade-off in the long run. So yeah, there's you know, you can lose a bit in the early game, and it doesn't mean that it's over. It's usually a fairly late game map here. All right, the readies are coming out for the side of Can't Connect Stuns. And there's the starting. So let's get into this draft in just a moment here. Maybe.
Volskaya Industries.
As I said before, coin toss was won by CCS2. They've opted to go with map pick, so this means first pick's over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. So we'll be seeing the first ban coming out from them as well tonight. They're taking their time with this. I was kind of thinking the draft would go a little bit quicker with these teams because they're a little bit more familiar with each other's rosters, what heroes they like to play. We're going to see a Chromie first ban to kick things off here. I do like to see teams just taking it slow in the draft because you might know what you're going to ban, but you can take this opportunity to discuss like, okay, what do we want to pick up later in the draft? We have extra time to spare now. Let's not lock in and just toss 20 seconds out the window that we could use to talk about drafting. Garrosh ban is going to come out from the side of Can't Connect Stuns here. So no Garrosh Zarya. That was already talked about in chat tonight. We won't be seeing that. I mean, I guess I could still take Zarya, but it's not as fun without a Garrosh speeding at your face to throw people in, right? I have no idea. Wind Up Bird. Not sure. There might be some CCS people in chat that could let you know. Alright, I was wondering if we're going to see the Joanna ban. Pretty sure Velcomer plays a bit of Joanna, right? There's the Tychus first pick coming in here for the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Both teams opting to leave those solo laners up, the popular ones, also known as Sonya and Hogger. So we are going to see Can't Connect Suns picking up that Sonya and Wolf locking in Sylvanas as well here. Still no tanks locked in for either of these teams, nor healers, but a couple tanks already banned out over on the side of Can't Connect Stuns. Might see some priority on picking up one now. Looks like Osprey's just going to go with the Devo while he still can. Madathi getting that Brightwing locked in, up and available. Now, I'd be worried maybe that they're looking to take something like a Diablo at this point. You know, you take that Tychus Brightwing, there's a couple things that help to kind of shut down a Diablo from engaging. You pick those up and then you can pick Diablo up later. Not sure if that's in their roster, but definitely having the Tychus Brightwing sets them up in a good position to grab it here. Also sets them up, you know, it kind of makes it awkward if Can't Connect Stuns at all wanted to consider taking Diablo to already have Tychus and Brightwing. It means every time he goes into an engage there, he's going to be polymorphed. Tychus is going to shred him. And then you're just sitting there with like basically half your health and no way to disengage, so. Still need a tank and healer over on the side of Can't Connect Stun, so we might be seeing one of those banned out here. Maybe a mage as well. And there's the Tassadar ban coming out here as the last ban in this draft. Brainer says, I'm not afraid. Brightwing, Tychus, I don't care. I can Diablo into that any day. It's going to take that up. And Stukov also getting locked in here for Can't Connect Stuns. We're going to see in just a few seconds here what Can't Counterpick Stupid is going to grab to round out the rest of their draft.
We will forge a great destiny.
All right. Variant Kael'thas will be the final picks for Can't Counterpick Stupid here. Looking like a taunt variant comp. Can actually work fairly well with Tychus. He really chunks people down quite quickly. You kind of underestimate how fast he can burn someone. And then you have a Brightwing to kind of follow up with a Polymorph if you need it, and obviously Kael'thas has a Gravity Lapse, and all of the spell damage he can just dump on a target that gets taunted as well, so it can work. The one thing about variant taunt comps are that if you don't get those picks off those taunts, he's not the greatest at peeling and disengaging for your team, so you really have to make sure your communication is on point. You're getting those picks so you're not ending up, you know, still taking a 5v5 now with none of your abilities up to kind of do anything. You basically blow everything on the taunt and don't get the pick. You're kind of left in an awkward situation. That Falstad last pick up here for Can't Connect Stuns. Obviously that W talent on level 1 still bugged, so we won't be seeing that here. It will probably be an auto attack at level 1. Hopefully tomorrow. I think there's a patch coming tomorrow. That'll be fixed, and all those W build Falstad fans can start playing the build that they all want to play. I'm interested to see what comes out tomorrow for the patch, because there's some weird PTR things happen this week. They also extended the ranked season another month, so I'm wondering something's coming.
Commence combat preparations.
All right, let's get into this best of 3 here between Can't Counterpick Stupid and Can't Connect Stuns. On the left-hand side, we have Can't Counterpick Stupid, Madathi playing Brightwing Osprey on the Diva, Gib on Tychus, Kelidorn on the Kael'thas, and Velcomer on Varian. And over on the right-hand side, Can't Connect Stuns with Marin on Falstad, Slickrub playing the Stukov, the Mayneski on Sonya, Brainer on Diablo, and Wolf on Sylvanas. Taking a look at these level 1 talents, we do have Kael'thas talenting into Globe Quest here, so just something to keep an eye on. Falstad going with the auto attack build, and always, you know, that baseline quest for Diablo, keep an eye on his souls. Both teams just kind of setting up for the wave clear in the mid, 5v5. Imagine we're going to be seeing Sonya and Diva matching off in the bottom lane. You typically have a rotation between the 4-man, mid, and top here in the early game until camps are up at least. Another thing to consider here is Can't Connect Stuns. You know, it has that little bit of an advantage before level 4s are online for the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. It might not be a bad idea for them to try and force camps in the early game, go for invades on the turrets, or go for the biotic emitter before level 4s are online for Varian. We're going to see Can't Connect Stuns just a little bit ahead on the rotation here, back to mid to get that wave here. Sylvanas and Slickrub starting up the turret camp now. Diablo hanging around top to catch the soak there. Kael'thas already at 4 globes on his quest. Falstad sitting at 4 stacks on his level 1 quest as well. That turret is going to get picked up here by CCS2, CCS1. Working on theirs as well, and it looks like they're going to get that no problem at all. At this point, I wouldn't mind seeing CCS2, aka Can't Connect Stuns, make a play for this biotic emitter. They got mid-wave pushed in a bit. Level 4s aren't quite online here for Varian, so they'll be at a little bit of an advantage going in here over a fight over biotic emitter. But if they wait too long, now level 4 is going to be hit by Varian. Osprey coming up, trying to catch a little bit of soak mid. Would love to see CCS2 go straight for the enemy turret. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind that play. Whenever I'm playing into a main tank Varian, I look for those early camp invades if you can find them. Do have that biotic emitter accidentally tagged there by Brainer. But he's just going to keep an eye on that, make sure that the camp's not going to be started by Can't Counterpick Stupid without them knowing. You're going to see both teams now look to pick up their siege camp just before objective comes up. That's going to be counting down right now. So up in about 27 seconds here. Both teams capping those siege camps basically at the same time. And now I'll keeping an eye on that support camp still as well, while rotating between the mid and bottom here. Little bit of an XP lead by Can't Connect stuns for now. But it's really nothing too major happening. Always go straight for the throat. Nah, there you go. How you doing, Zool?
Take control of it to pilot the map.
Seem like Counterpick Stupid having a little bit easier of a job clearing this top lane right now. We are going to see the channel started up by Sonya on this point. She needs to be a bit careful because she is here alone and they are running straight down at her. Taunt is online now for Valkymer. So if she does get caught, could be in a little bit of trouble. She is able to walk away. She's mounted. It's all good there. We're going to see the rest of CCS2 walk down to start the channel on this objective again. They're already sitting at about 30% and climbing. For now, we're going to see them back off. The taunt goes out onto the Diablo here. Phase shift used by Brightwing. Osprey taking quite a bit of damage from Sylvanas and the tower shots here. Brainer's going to stay alive. Level 7's online now for the side of Can't Connect stuns. We're going to see those level 7s hit now for Can't Counterpick Stupid. Let's see what these teams can do with that. That turret is back up for Can't Connect stuns if they want to make a play for that first and show up to the party up a turret. We're going to see the taunt onto Diablo once again. Polymorph to follow it up. Gravity Lapse from the Kael'thas. Going to take damage from the Flame Strike. Gib trying to step forward to find that last hit onto Diablo, but Diablo manages to stay alive. Turret is dropped by the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Here comes D.Va in with a flank, has that mech explosion up. Wolf going to use the Banshees to reposition, keep themselves alive, and there's that mech explosion coming out from D.Va now, and the point is going to be capped by Can't Counterpick Stupid. Both turrets used here for these teams in the process. And CCS2 ready right away to go back in for the engage. There's another taunt onto Falstad that time. No damage to follow that up. This is about the time you can kind of look to just walk at them because Varian can't really do anything once that taunt is down. Keladorn's going to land the gravity lapse onto the Sonya to just walk away, and the channel almost starting up again for the side of Can't Connect stuns. We're going to see it start up again right now. Sylvanas walking over here. She's going to go ahead, start up that turret camp, and be ready for CCS1 to potentially look to engage again. Meanwhile, Kael'thas and Varian rotating top to get a little bit more soak. Just stay caught up in XP with CCS2. Both teams, actually, just Can't Connect Stuns has their turret now for this fight at objective once again. The Maneski getting quite chunked here. Brainer also taking quite a bit of damage. Goes for the flip onto D.Va. We have the phase shift, though, coming out. Doesn't quite connect. Baby D.Va is out, and down she goes. Picked off by Falstad. First blood over to the side of Can't Connect stuns. Keladorn getting quite low here, looking to just walk away, and he's going to be able to do just that. We will see Sylvanas jumping into this first Triglav Protector. Let's see how much value they can get with this. Falstad's going to join her in there. Very close to being level 10s here, about half a level off for the side of Can't Connect stuns. They're taking this thing top. Not too unusual to see Triglavs go top. You know, take that top tower down, go for the fountain right after. Just take a little bit of an advantage away for the team going into the second objective. They do get that tower down. The fountain is still living for now. Looks like they're going to focus this other tower first here. Tychus is shredding this Triglav Protector. They aren't quite able to get the fountain down. Just a little bit more of commitment here, and there we go. That is going to fall. Level 10s are online for the side of Can't Connect stuns. We do have Sylvanas taking mind control. Leap from the Sonya. Gust from Falstad. Lightning Breath getting picked up by Diablo, and Flailing Swipe from the Stukov. Level 10's now online for the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. It's going to be micro missiles from D.Va. Phoenix being picked up by the Kael'thas. Odin from Tychus. There's a taunt coming out from Diablo. Polymorph followed up. Gravity Lapse and the Flame Strike underneath Brainer here. Going to be able to survive. Checking out Diablo's build here. Did take that spell armor at level 1, so he has that little bit of extra survivability when Kael'thas damage starts pumping out here. The rest of those ultimates we didn't quite get to. Varian picking up the Warbringer there, and Brightwing going with Blink Heal to round out the ultimates over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Look at Diablo coming over, scouting that siege camp right now. Meanwhile, the rest of the team actually picking up the turret camp down below. Sonya and D.Va just doing their thing in the bottom lane. Needs to be careful. Sonya almost getting caught on the rotation here. We have the taunt coming out from the Varian. Diablo comes in to try and disengage for her. And there's the mind control being dropped as well, but it doesn't quite connect. Siege Camp is pushing top right now for can't connect stuns. That's going to need to be cleared up. Meanwhile, while that is being taken care of, they've created a little bit of space for themselves, and they're going to go ahead and get that mid-fort wall down. Maybe even get a little bit of fort damage here as well. Stepping forward to prioritize the fountain first, and if they can get a little bit more, great. But Sylvanas is on that turret camp, and she can't pick the turret up. Someone needs to go get it for her. There we go. Sonya's going to grab that for her. Level 13's very close to being online here for can't connect stuns. They could look to potentially try and force a fight up that talent tier advantage. Diablo looking over on the other side here, but is going to get taunted. Polymorph Flame Strike comes out, but again, that spell armor is just really helping him survive these taunt attempts. Might be worth it to kind of save that taunt for a different target. But Gib, I think he's going to scale. He did take Into the Rhythm at level 4, so we'll see. We'll see. He's going to be able to sit on the Diablo a little bit longer, and if Diablo has no real way to disengage, it's just going to like really chunk him down as the game goes on.
A new terminal will be ready shortly.
Taking a look at those level 1 baseline quests, Diablo is full souls right now. Kael'thas did finish out his globe quest and is in fact sitting at 29 globes right now, so decent little shield
Red team has
for himself to pop if he gets into trouble. Falstad currently sitting at 32 stacks on frequent flyer. Gonna see that siege camp cleared up in the top lane here.
take control of it.
Sonya going ahead, sitting on that point, getting some channel. I would have liked to see Falstad hang out a little bit longer in the bottom lane. He just uses fly to come up top, but Diva is still down there pushing bottom. I think he could have just stayed down there until Diva left and then flew up, maybe even got another wave of XP onto Diva. Brainer getting kind of chunked there, is going to have to hit the fountain. So we're seeing Sonya break off now to go cover some of that soak. Diva's rotating up. They need to be careful. There's the taunt going out onto Sylvanas. Not quite the damage they needed to follow up off that. Now the mind control connects onto Kael'thas. Lightning breath coming out from the Diablo. Looks like they're not quite able to get the kill in return here. Osprey dropping that mech explosion just to try and create a little bit of space there. Keep his teammates alive. Falcomer's ready for another taunt once again, but he's getting shredded. Sonya going in with the stun there, trying to close that distance. Silence drop by Stukov. Gravity Labs connecting on to Brainer here. There's the leap. That's going to hit Tychus and Velcomer as they try to retreat. The taunt does go out onto Sonya, but Varian goes down. Osprey is going to get popped out of the mech here once again. This is going to be a 1.5 technically if they got the Diva mech here for the side of Can't Connect Stuns, and level 16 is very close to being online for them here. That mid-fort has gone down as well, so they have those periodic katas just starting to create pressure there in the mid for Can't Counterpick Stupid to have to deal with. Currently sitting at 60% on this Triglav Protector and climbing here. Interesting, I just realized too, Stukov taking the ranged auto attacks at level 1. It's an interesting pick, and I can kind of see why, because you definitely don't want to be stepping too far forward with the taunt Varian and end up being the taunt target. There's a leap coming out from Sonya. Phoenix drop by the Kael'thas. That turret camp actually goes over to the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, and Sonya goes down. She drops the turret. Silence comes out there from the Stukov, so the turret's still not able to be picked up. See if anyone can grab it. Brainer's trying. He's going to go down for it, though. Souls are secured on Diablo. He'll be back up in a few seconds, but a little bit more squishy for it. So a pretty good fight here for Can't Counterpick Stupid to take. They ended up you know, up 2 kills in that engage, down their level 16, so it worked out pretty well for them here. That Triglove Protector did go over to the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, with a couple members dead, a little bit less value to be gained from it. Just Falstad in this Triglove Protector. They're not as afraid to step up and just start shredding it down. Diablo and Stukov rotating to join the Triglove now, and they're going to start to head bottom. Already got that top fort down, mid fort fell, so bottom fort, the next thing they are eyeing. If they can get that, at least the fountain down, just give them a little bit more of an advantage for this next objective, so Can't Counterpick Stupid can't back up and reset. There's the taunt onto Diablo. Gravity Lapse to follow it up, and a Gust there to just help disengage. Diablo, though, cues in and a little bit out of position. Flailing Swipe comes out to try and keep him alive, but he is going to fall. Keep in mind, he just lost his soul, so he's a little bit squishy right now. We're going to see Can't Counterpick Stupid use this advantage. There's a taunt going out from onto Sylvanas. She's going to pop the Unstoppable, get a little bit of movement speed, and run away, and they're going to try and get this fort down with the death timer on Diablo. Open up that bottom lane. Look to try and create a win condition. We're heading into the late game now. If they can get a late game Triglove, they want to have somewhere to take it to try and look for a win condition. Sonya, in the meantime, creating some nice pressure up in that top lane, forcing the members to have to just back off at this point. They can't really take any more without risking trading a keep for a keep. We're going to see D.Va clearing that up right now. The rest of the members pushing out mid a little bit while they can. A little bit less of an XP gap here now. Can't Counterpick Stupid catching up. A Mind Control, though, going out onto Brightwing. Going to be taking a little bit of tower shots. Is able to blink heal her way to Celadorn, reposition, and survive that gank attempt. All right, turrets up for both teams. Can't Counterpick Stupid working on theirs, a bit ahead of starting here, but it doesn't matter because Can't Connect Stuns is just as fast at taking theirs. We have 44 globes on Kael'thas now. That's crazy. Brainer currently sitting at 33 souls, still working on trying to get his souls back. It's a nice wave top for him to grab. But he's going to check to make sure that his team's not getting rotated on. Osprey just kind of sitting on the Diablo right now. Brainer, you know, kind of a scary situation. His team's bit split from him. We're going to see the Falstad take quite a bit of damage after being taunted there, but was able to barrel roll out of there. Now Brainer, though, a little bit left behind from the team. Huge leap coming out from Sonya. We have the silence on top of that, and now the Gust into the wall. They're going to get the pick onto Kael'thas. Down goes Varian. The D.Va mech explosion having to be popped here for Osprey to walk away. Get back into the mech. Odin was up there, but not enough to get that team what they needed. Do have the siege camp now pushing top for Can't Connect Stuns with 30 seconds left until, a little more than 30 seconds left until Varian and Kael'thas are back up. They're going to go ahead, try to make a play for keep. Brainer going in for the stun onto Osprey. They're going to get that mech down once again here. Mind Control comes out from Sylvanas. Doesn't quite connect. The keep is going down, though, and that camp still needs to be cleared out. The Kata with it to kind of just help push in and siege in a bit more. We do have level 20s online now for the side of Can't Connect Stuns. They could make a play for this support camp, or they could just also head bottom and start the channel down there. They do need to clear up that bottom lane because they did lose their fort in the bottom. So they have those katas that are spawning with the minion waves to kind of create a bunch of pressure down there. We see two katas kind of stacking up right now. They do, you know, kind of want to see them look for a fight before level 20s are online for Can't Counterpick Stupid. Use whatever advantages they have in their favor while they can. Looks like CCS1 is just going to be able to get those 20s and then come down and contest this objective very shortly. Turret camps back up for both teams here. Just taking a look, and CCS1 finishing up their turret right now. CCS2 working on theirs. So both teams coming into this with 2 turrets, but CCS2 up a biotic emitter for this next objective. Keep in mind, too, Can't Counterpick Stupid still has their fountain up on the bottom fort here. So even if they take a fight, they have that fountain to fall back to, tap, reset, and re-engage. Brainer back up to full souls right there. Finish the baseline quest once again here. There's one of the flailing swipes coming out. Took that level 20 upgrade, so you do have... You don't have to use every swipe all at once now on the Stukov here. There's a nice root silence onto Varian. The Gust coming out from Falstad, and that's the level 20 Gust upgrade. Just tunneling them into that wall. Now, a nice leap from Sonya onto Velcomer. We're going to see Velcomer fall. Osprey using that mech explosion, but not able to survive long enough to get back in the mech, and Kael'thas also getting picked off here. A lot of pressure building in that top lane. Look at this. You have 3 Katas heading towards your core right now. Mid also has some Katas starting to stack up there. And now you have a nice Triglav Protector, level 20, and 3 members down on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. It looks like they're just going to try to cut through maybe mid wall, maybe go around through top and go for a core call at this point. We have that slow out onto Gib. He's able to reposition to avoid the silence route on top of him. Flailing swipe coming out there from Stukov. Just kind of create some space, but at this point the core is falling so quickly with the Triglav Protector still up and the Gust coming out just to keep Gib off of CCS2, and game number 1 will go over to the side of Can't Connect Stuns. GG, well played. All right, let's take a look at this match summary. Very low death game, 3-8 here in game number 1. Good Brainer too, just topping the damage for his team. Taking a look at these builds here. Sonya Slam build, nothing too unusual there. Did have that Merc Queen talent picked up for Sylvanas as well, so she gives that little extra buff to the turrets that you're able to grab, which is great on Volskaya. Falstad going with the full auto attack build. Talked a little bit about that at the beginning of the game. Because W is bugged right now, that's what you're going to be seeing Falstads go in NGS and most competitive scenes right now. We had Brainer going with the Fire Stomp build. Typically, you see a lot of auto attack Diablo here with APOC, so a little bit different. If you don't see auto attack, then you see Fire Stomp. The spell armor definitely seemed to be helping him out a bit too, surviving those taunts coming out from Varian. A lot of the time the taunt target was Diablo, and just having that little extra spell armor to help negate a bit of Kael'thas' damage seemed to have played pretty well for him. Stukov picking up that ranged auto attack at level 1. Kind of interesting pickup, not something you typically see picked up on Stukovs in level 1, but I kind of get why he maybe wanted to do that, because you don't want to be in range of a taunt Varian. So maybe he just wanted to get a little bit more autos out. I mean, you don't want to be in range of any tank as the healer anyway, but there's not, the other level 1 is, there's not a ton of CC. I don't know. I don't think Stukov was ever going to be the taunt target if he positions properly, so interesting pickup. Biotic armor after that, pretty typical. Yeah, nothing too crazy that I see. Mind Control Sylvanas is interesting. I think that, into certain comps it definitely works. I think it definitely could work into Varian taunt comp, because if you kill Varian, the rest of the team's pretty vulnerable, or even catching the diva out of her mech, that kind of stuff. I don't mind it. I think, these days with the cooldown on mind control, and and the buffs that they've had to it, there's definitely an argument to be made for taking it over Wailing Arrow in some cases. Do we have the next lobby up yet? Not quite. I'm going to go grab a drink of water here, and I will be back in just one moment, and hopefully by then the next lobby's up and available, and we'll give you guys the rundown of where we're going for game number 2. Alright, I think there's a lobby up and I just don't see it. So let me go looking for it. Maybe. Maybe there's not. Alright. Well, we're just waiting on that next lobby to come up. See where we're going for game number 2 here. Walked away to get a package and the game's over. That happens. HOTS is a quick paced game. But can't connect stuns. Taking game number 1 here. Which means first pick map pick option will be over to the side of can't counterpick stupid. I'm thinking they're going to go with first pick again. Potentially. Unless they have some sneaky strategies on a map they want to run. Just because when we were doing coin toss and Valkymer lost the coin toss first can't counterpick stupid and can't connect stuns took map pick, he said well that's what we wanted anyways was first pick. So we'll see if they still stick with that first pick going to game number 2 here. Pinging, seeing if there's a lobby up and I missed it. All right. So looks like can't counterpick stupid is going with first pick here after losing game number 1. So we're waiting for can't connect stuns to decide on the map. See where we'll be going for game number 2. Okay, here we go. Lobby's up. Let me update it for you guys and we'll give you a rundown of where we're going for game number 2 and where we've been. If you missed game number 1 here, can't connect stuns up 1 game in the series here. They took game number 1 on Volskaya Foundry. Let's go over to those map selections now, because we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. As I said, can't counterpick stupid opted to go with first pick after losing game number 1. Game number 2 here. Now we're going to Infernal Shrines. Sorry, I started reading chat and lost my train of thought for a second there. But yeah, can't connect stuns given the map choice once again, which is what they preferred when winning the coin toss earlier this evening. So see here if they, sometimes it's worth considering maybe going to a comfort pick for map if there's not going to be any like big first pick OP heroes that you're going to want to prioritize. So those map bans, if you guys don't see below, Braxis banned out, Entomb the Spider Queen banned out by Can't Counterpick Stupid, Towers of Doom, Garden of Terror banned out by Can't Connect Stuns. I'm going to go ahead and let them know we're ready. Hopefully we can get into this. Oh. Looks like Can't Counterpick Stupid needs a second here. Alright, they are ready to go. Looking for the ready for the side of Can't Connect Stuns. We'll get into this draft in just a moment. Interested to see how these teams adjust their drafts going into this match. But I am a fan of Infernal Shrines. It's a pretty balanced map. It doesn't tend to snowball too hard. Same as Volskaya, you know, you can kind of do some interesting things in the early game. If you lose that objective, maybe siege down some other lanes and leave 1 or 2 people to defend the first Punisher. First Punisher doesn't typically get too much done. Thanks for the cast. No problem. My pleasure. I couldn't turn down casting CCS versus CCS, now could I? I think these two teams scrim like every week, or I might be wrong. I don't know their scrim schedule, but I'd say it's pretty safe to say that these two teams scrim each other. Alright, that first ban coming out here is going to be the Hogger. Usually when I see Hogger ban, it's going to be followed up at some point with a Sonya ban from the other team. Because I see a lot of teams play it like they either leave both Hogger and Sonya up, or they take away both Hogger and Sonya. We'll see what happens here though. More or less. Yeah. And there's that Joanna ban coming out once again here for the side of Can't Connect Stuns. Just target banning out Volkamer. We got that second ban coming in here now. It's going to be that Sonya. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting that they're taking away the Sonya and Hogger. So they're really kind of choking the off-lane picks. Usually when I see an off-laner ban, like first ban, because they have first pick, if the other one's left up, they leave it up and, you know, they'll pick it up. Last game we saw them ban out Chromie and Cassia as their first bans. So now I'm interested if they're just okay with leaving those picks up here. They're looking to maybe pick up the Cassia. The Chromie was just banned out now by Can't Connect Stun. So we'll just have to see what they're going to prioritize now.
Victory for the Forsaken.
I think we're going to see an Abathur from the blue team. Oh.
Well, it's about damn time.
Team's basically trading drafts right now. Sylvanas this time going over to the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Tech is getting picked up by Can't Connect Stuns. Looking at that second pickup right now. What's it going to be? Last time... okay, it's going to be the Stukov. I think it's good picks for the early draft for them, knowing that the opposite team plays it. So it's a denial and just a pickup for your team. Kind of getting like an extra ban by picking heroes that you know the enemy team plays. And as long as your team can execute those heroes just as well as the enemy team, it's not a bad play.
ready
You see
for.
Osprey picking up Diva, Velcomer locking in the Mei. Mei's such a fun tank. She's a blast to play. Into that second ban phase now. Let's see what Can't Connect Stuns wants to get rid of, and it's going to be Malfurion. Not a bad ban here. Malfurion Mei can kind of be annoying together. You know, if you catch someone in a root with that sleep, you can drop the blizzard on top of them after. Or you catch someone in a blizzard, you can drop the root on top of them. So they have some nice little synergy that can pair well together. And there's the Falstad ban coming out from Can't Counterpick Stupid. We saw Can't Connect Stuns play Falstad in game number 1. They don't want to have to deal with that again. Brainer's going to go ahead and lock that Diablo here. And what are they going to look to pick up with this? Still need a healer over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Curious to see if they're going to pick up the Brightwing again, just to have that polymorph to pop on Diablo when he engages, or if they're going to go for something else. Leoric also getting locked in here, so still looking to pick up a mage over on the side of Can't Connect Stuns. I'm wondering if we're maybe potentially going to see an Orphea and a Dirty Bathtub combo come out. But even if we don't, I love the Leoric Stukov pickup together, because you basically have your Buried Alive and Tomb at level 10 with the Stukov Silence dropped inside of it. Gul'dan is going to get picked up, and now Anduin. Anduin can work really great here as well, because if they do the Entombed Silence from the Stukov underneath it, Anduin can pull people out and kind of save lives. So not the worst pickup. Anduin can also be quite decent with his Leap of Faith and shutting down any of Diablo engages. Just dropping that on the target that's going to be APOC'd, or that Diablo's catching out a position there. So it can definitely work. And there's a last pickup here for the side of Can't Connect Stuns, going to be the Tassadar. We saw Tassadar banned out last match by Can't Counterpick Stupid. This time they let it through. Let's see if they're going to regret their decision making here. Because if Can't Connect Stuns manages to win this next game, they're going to take the series in a nice 2-0 sweep. But it was a very close game 1, so hopefully we get a game 3. But we're just going to have to wait and see. So no Abathur here like some of chat was hoping, unfortunately.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Let's get into this here. On the left-hand side, we have Can't Counterpick Stupid, Thorin playing Gul'dan, Gib on Sylvanas, Osprey on Diva, Velcomer on Mei, and Wit's End playing Anduin. And over on the right-hand side, it's Can't Connect Stuns with Brainer. Look at them all B-stepping. Brainer playing Diablo, Merid on Tassadar, Slick Rub on Stukov, the Mayaneski on the Leoric, and Wolf playing Tychus.
3, 2, 1. To arms.
Looks like Tassadar heading straight bottom. Leoric kind of hovering at top here. Not so concerned over on the side of Can't Connect Stuns with going with that, you know, level 1 brawl, clearing out the mid wave here. Let's take a look at these level 1s picked up. Gul'dan is taking the Echoed Corruption for his level 1, looking to stack. Brainer getting a little chunked here. The blind coming out. Anyways, looking to stack on his corruption. Tassadar was down bottom, so was able to get that wave quite easily here. The team kind of catching it as it hits the wall. A little bit of damage actually taken to their bottom fort wall here. Camp is going to be started up right away by Tassadar and Slick Rub. Diablo keeping an eye on the vision of the siege camp over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Just looking to see if he can catch them on rotation, see what's going on there. We're going to see Wolf rotate down to kind of help out. Diablo getting caught a little bit out of position. That force wall almost hurting more than helping, but fortunately he was able to use his Q to escape there. That siege camp's going to be picked up here by Can't Connect Stuns. Now that they have that out, it's going to create a little bit of a window of opportunity here for them to go ahead and start that bottom siege camp as well. Diablo, ooh, getting caught out of position here, looking like he might be in some trouble, and he is going to go down. Did still pick up that same level 1 going with the spell armor here, so I'm probably thinking we're going to see Fire Stomp from the Diablo. That's a beautiful Blizzard there, catching the Tassadar, root connecting onto Wolf as well from the Anduin. Not quite able to get those last little hits that they needed there onto Tass and Tychus, so they're going to be able to walk away here. Tassadar going to Hearth. Tychus sticking around to clear up that camp. And the nice thing about this map is if you can get a... Tassadar's going auto attack build. It's a risky. I don't know how I like that build. The thing is like you have to stand still a lot. You have to stand still quite a lot, and that's just putting you with a big target on your head for any kind of CC. Dropping blizzards on you, dropping echo corruption to get echo corruption stacks on you, and win roots on it. It's difficult. It can be difficult if the team kind of focuses Tassadar when he's standing around for too long. All right, that shrine is started up here already. 10, 11 skeletal defenders for the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, but they're going to lose May here. Stunned and shredded down. Tychus taking the kill there. Mech Explosion's going to come out from the D.Va. We're sitting at 20 to 12 in skeletal defenders in favor of Can't Counterpick Stupid. They're kind of being chased off this point right now. Osprey in a bit of trouble. The force wall coming down, keeping him from being able to disengage, and now getting chased down by Tychus and Leoric. They're not able to find the kill, though, and meanwhile, Wit's End and Thorn have been poking at this objective. They're sitting at 26 skeletal defenders for Can't Counterpick Stupid. Can't Connect Stuns catching up now, but May is back up, ready to engage. This first Triglav Protector is a Frozen Punisher, this first Punisher is a Frozen Punisher, stuck on Volskaya still. So it's going to shut down those towers and forts, and you might be able to get a little bit more siege done with it. I kind of hate getting a Frozen Punisher as the first one. It's just the one Punisher that's a little bit harder to clear up right away because it shuts down structures. So it just feels like it's unlucky. A Frozen Punisher jumping the wall here. Looks like they're going to try and get a little bit of siege out of this. They're going to see it shut down the towers and fort right now. The front wall is falling, but that's all they should get off of that. You're going to see Velcomer eat the jump from the Punisher. Diablo trying to go in for the engage onto May. Pops into the Cryo Freeze, Cryostasis. And able to survive here. There's a Blizzard dropped on a Brainer. Brainer's going to be able to walk out of that. Also blinded here. We already have Tychus and Tassadar starting up the siege camp for the side of Can't Connect Stuns. No problems picking that up as Brainer kind of warding the bushes, making sure that there's no potential invade to contest that camp. Bottom camp is up and available. Let's see if they're able to get this one out as well with that added pressure from the mid camp. I was saying earlier, it's really nice to actually have an offlaner that can double soak here. Oh, see if I can actually say it without a fight breaking out. Because it allows your 4-man to just kind of sit bottom and be able to contest this bottom siege camp, create a bit of pressure down here. If your offlaner can rotate to either clear up those mid camps or just catch soak for your team. Both these teams pretty even on XP right now. We're going to see them hit level 10s shortly here. Still a little bit away, but they're online soon. Still have a siege camp, the remnants of one pushing mid here with that front wall already down. It looks like Can't Counterpick Stupid is just going to go ahead, not worry about that bottom camp anymore, try to get out their siege camp and look to clear out mid as well. Bottom camp gets picked up by the side of Can't Connect Stuns. We had that force wall coming out. Valkymer taking quite a bit of damage here. Tychus, game number 1 was played over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, took it into the rhythm, but this time we're going to see the bigger they are. So Tychus can actually kind of shred pretty quick with that. Level 10s are online now for both of these teams. Over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, Micro Missiles for Diva, Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas, Ice Wall from the Mei, Horrify from Gul'dan, and Anduin still holding off on picking up his ultimate. Just gonna have to wait and see what he opts for. There's the wall stun onto Valkymer. Blizzard being dropped here onto Brainer. Brainer's gonna actually eat that stun from it as well. Can't Connect Stuns has opted for Odin, Entomb, Black Hole, Lightning Breath, and Flailing Swipe here. And there's the Ice Wall from Mei. Let's see if she has that Blizzard to drop on top of it. It is there. The Light Bomb is going to go out as well, kind of to help disengage that Diablo. But they aren't able to get any picks off of that. It looked pretty good, but a bunch of ults there used for the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, and no kills in return here. It's going to be a bit of a struggle here for them in the early shrine while they wait for their ultimates to come back up. Can't Connect Stuns starting this camp up kind of late now. Kind of would almost prefer them to be at the shrine engaging at this moment, because I just saw how many ultimates went out over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Now would be an excellent time to try and force a fight. This is also giving quite the head start to Can't Counterpick Stupid on this objective. Oh, there's the Entomb. It's going to connect onto Sylvanas. She's going to be able to Banshee through that. Brainer and Leoric taking quite a bit of damage. Osprey in the back just kind of creating some havoc. Going to drop that Mecha Explosion out right now. 30 Skeletal Defenders for the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. They're looking to try to finish up this objective. This is going to be a Mortar Punisher. And there we go. Can't Counterpick Stupid getting their first Punisher of the game. You could say it was a big Brainer play. Yeah, no, it was a pretty good play there, because otherwise, you know, popping out of the ice wall with the blizzard on you, you're stunned into that with the light bomb on you, on again if that had connected. A lot of potential kills, at least a couple, set up off of that. We're going to see this bottom fort fall here. The Mortar Punisher sitting at about 40% health left, but getting shredded down by the side of Can't Connect Stuns. Meanwhile, a bit of pressure building up in the mid lane for Can't Counterpick Stupid to deal with. We're going to see Valkymer drop the Blizzard, finish up the minions that survived there. The rest of the team starting up the siege camp now over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. That neutral one in the bottom lane is up and available if they kind of wanted to make a play for that. Leoric, though, hanging around, help out the team. He does have Entomb up if he's just looking to try and pick a fight with Entomb and then go back to his job of soaking here. We're going to see that bottom siege camp get picked up by Can't Counterpick Stupid. The mid one, though, was secured by Can't Connect Stuns. Kind of have all the members just hanging around. Leoric's going to break off now. Go ahead, soak that top lane. Bruiser camp is up over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Kind of expecting them to maybe hold off a little bit on taking it. There's a silence drop by Slick Rub. Those towers shut down by Sylvanas. It's going to allow the team to get that front wall down on mid-fort. Diva's having to rotate back up top now to deal with that pressure Leoric's been creating up there. Just means Leoric can kind of split off while that lane is pushed in. Maybe look for an Entomb pick and then head back up top to continue on with his soaking adventures. That wave in mid is going to crash onto the fort here. Looks like they're Their kill attempt is going to actually be on Osprey here. The entire team rotating up to get the pick onto D.Va. And Tomb's still up if they want it, but I don't know if they're going to use it here. They do end up using it. Down goes D.Va. We have the Horrify come out onto the Tastar in the back line. Icewall comes out, and look at that. Tyke is able to avoid that. Falcomer getting a little bit of damage dumped onto him here. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas connecting on quite a few members of Can't Connect Stuns. They have this Odin up with one of the members down of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Gonna just try and get a little bit more siege damage onto this top fort. I would be looking to maybe prioritize getting that fountain down right now because this next objective is in the top lane. Just take that option to kind of back up, reset, and re-engage away from Can't Counterpick Stupid. In terms of XP, though, both these teams fairly even on XP. We are going to need someone having to go deal with this push in bottom lane. You can see those periodic katas starting to stack up here, actually getting quite a bit of damage onto one of the towers of Can't Connect Stuns. Here's the shrine coming up right now. They're pretty overextended. There's a stun onto Sylvanas. Diablo's going to flip her. The leap of faith from Anduin going to pull Gib out, allow them to survive for now. Slick Rub turning around, dropping the silence here. Heals coming out from Wit's End to get Gib back up and available for his team to fight. Level 16, so close to being hit there for Counterpick Stupid, and they do get them now. Not quite online. We're going to see it hit in just a second here for Can't Connect Stuns. Blizzard being dropped by the Mei. It's not going to catch anyone in the stun. Mech Explosion is up for D.Va now. Those level 16s getting locked in for both these teams. There's the Entomb going out onto Mei. The silence underneath it, but she was able to pop into her Cryo Freeze to avoid a lot of damage there, get herself healed up. Mech Explosion is going to hit onto Diablo, followed up by that Light Bomb. Flailing Swipe out from the Stukov. Wolf pretty deep there, though, trying to get that damage onto Thorin and Gib for those last hits. Osprey back in the mech. Diablo going in for the stun onto Osprey. Lightning Breath being dropped. We're going to see D.Va pop out of her mech. But nobody is dying. Just a lot of damage being traded back and forth, and all they got for that is the mech from D.Va. Shrine is started up now by Can't Connect Stuns. We have the stun going out onto Mei here. Flip onto Mei as well. And the root silence from Stukov. They're really hard focusing this Mei. There's not much left she has to keep herself alive. She's going to icing on out of there. Manage to stay alive for now. The Entomb comes out from Leoric. Doesn't quite connect. Thorin trying to do some drain life there. A lot of damage being traded back and forth, but neither team able to get those last hits in. He had a nice heal pop by the Stukov to keep Wolf alive. He had that poison damage stacked up on him. This is kind of you know, a little bit of something to be wary about running Sylvanas and Gul'dan. A lot of poison damage can just mean that these fights are just take so long to actually secure any kills. And Brainer here getting a little bit caught out, targeted now by the members of... Oh, nice Horrify, sending him back into the members. We're going to see Diablo go down. His soul's claimed for now. Only 9 skeletal defenders needed for Can't Connect Stuns to take this objective. They're just struggling to finish it off. We're going to have the Ice Wall connecting onto Leoric and Tassadar. The Blizzard is dropped on top of it. It's going to land that stun onto Tass and Leoric. Diablo back up now, minus his souls. Osprey has that Mech Explosion back up. They only need 8 more skeletal defenders over on the side of CCS2 if they can get it. Diablo getting stunned out here. Thorn on this flank here, just trying to get some damage out onto the back line of Can't Connect Stuns. There's the Root Silence connecting. They get the pick onto Gul'dan. Osprey getting a little bit chunked here. Lightning Breath being dropped by Diablo. Has that unstoppable with that. And the Punisher going over to the side of Can't Connect Stun. These fights are just so back and forth here. Looks like we're going to see Can't Connect Stuns get their first structure of this game, taking this top fort down. And continuing on with the siege here. Gib quite low. Gul'dan still down for another 20 seconds. Let's see how much value they can get out of this Arcane Punisher. Still quite healthy, 98%, 96% health left on it. Velcomer is going to go ahead and eat that jump from the Punisher. The rest of the members just working on sieging down this front wall of the keep. The ice wall being popped by Mei there. Doesn't quite connect onto any of the members of CCS2. And the Punisher jump now being eaten by Anna when the Entomb comes out. The silence underneath Anduin in a world of hurt here. It's going to fall. Now we have the Odin pop by Tychus. This is going to help them siege down this top keep. Do need to be careful. 2 members down now. Sylvanas also falling. Now if you lose too much more, you're at risk of losing the game at this point. But with Brainer and Maneski being quite low, they're going to back off now. Just look to steal away this siege camp. Brainer's actually going to go ahead and start the Hearth back to base, leaving the rest of his members to steal the siege camp of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Or I should say Bruiser Camp, actually. You have all the rest of the camps up on the map right now. But still 2 members down over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. I'd be looking to take what I can, and they're looking at the siege camp of Can't Counterpick Stupid, going for that invade right now. Leoric heading back to clear up bottom lane in the meantime. We have a couple Katas stacking up there. That front wall did go down from the Katas that had kind of accumulated in that bottom lane. Brainer just keeping an eye on what's happening with these rotations here. Making sure they don't get the drop onto Can't Connect stuns. At this point, level 20 is well on the way to being hit here for Can't Connect stuns. I would just be kind of playing it cool. Oh, I have the hiccups. Why do I always get the hiccups when I'm casting?
Blue team's core is under attack.
There we go. Level 20's online now for Can't Connect stuns. They have that level 20 talent tier advantage. They can try and force some things, whether it be structures or team fight for kills. And try and find something here. All ultimates up for these teams. We do have that upgrade to Entomb coming out from Leoric, so Buried Alive picked up, meaning the Silence Entomb is online. They're going to get that mid fort down and continue on the siege onto this mid keep as well while they're at it. Next objective is in the mid, so they can open this up. This will help them potentially create a win condition with this next Punisher. The only thing to be careful of is level 20s are almost online for Can't Counterpick Stupid, and you are pretty far overextended in this lane. They could look to engage at this point. Look at this big ice wall coming out from May. It's going to connect onto Tassadar and the Diablo. We have the Blizzard on top of that, the Mech Explosion coming out. The Silence is going to connect onto Sylvanas, though, with that Entomb. However, Leoric getting quite chunked here. Black Hole coming out from the Tassadar to help with the disengage. Odin is down now on Tychus. Don't have that extra bit of damage. There's another Blizzard from Velcomer being dropped. Not quite able to get that stun onto Diablo. Big Silence root combo from the Stukov and the Lightning Breath to follow it up. Down goes Gul'dan. Down goes May. And in return, they're going to get Tychus. Mara just continuing to try and get some damage out here at that auto attack task build. Do have the objective coming up here. It's up right now, actually, and they can activate it. Slickrod's going to go ahead and start that up. Leoric heading down bottom just to get a little bit of that wave cleared up. We're going to see Sylvanas and Anduin heading top to get the Katas that are starting to stack up in that top lane cleared up as well. So it's just Stukov autoing the... very, very, very slow shrine clear that Stukov has. Beautiful setup by Slickrub in that team fight. Osprey taking quite a bit of damage from Brainer. Missed that force wall come down. She's somehow able to sneak through that. The shrine well on its way to being secured here, though, by Can't Connect stuns. Are already at 33 of the skeletal defenders needed. You're going to see that leap of faith come out from Anduin to save D.Va here. Did pick up Glyph of the Face, so has the second charge available. Now looks like CCS1 looking to potentially take a fight behind Immortal. Or behind the Punisher, I should say. Wow, I cannot call these objectives the right names, apparently, tonight. Looking for that fight behind it. And they're going to find that ice wall onto Tassadar and the Leoric. Silence from Sylvanas also coming out. Here's the Horrify from Gul'dan. Gul'dan kind of stuck in a little bit of awkward position, getting chased down by Wolf and Slick Rub. He's going to go down to the Diablo Lightning Breath, which just seems never ending right now with this level 20 upgrade. They get the pick onto Anduin as well. 2 members down on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, and this Punisher is still looking quite healthy. Midkeep will go down, and now Core Call is coming out now for the side of Can't Connect Stuns. Osprey and May up for this defense still. Sylvanas around as well. She's kind of stuck back here, her thing, and the core is already falling so quickly here. Down it goes. Game number 2 going over to the side of Can't Connect Stunts, taking the win here 2-0. GG's and well played. Take a look at this match summary really quickly. And let me reach out to CCS2, see if they want to do an interview. CCS 2-0'd. Yeah. A little bit more dominant of a game coming out here. 3-12 in kills this time. I think it was like 3-8 in game number 1. What is siege damage coming out from Osprey though? All right, we're going to have Brainer join us in just a moment. I'll just want to pop over here, show you guys the talent screen before we move on. Nothing too different from what we saw on some of these heroes in game 1. Tychus actually opting, though, for Press the Advantage. The Tychus that we saw on CCS1, I think, went Grenade build. But yeah, nothing too surprising for the most part. Tastar auto attack build seemed to have paid off fairly decently here. Yeah, so let's pop on over and we'll meet up with Brainer for an interview here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Brainer. Congrats on the win. How are you guys feeling after that series?
That was a tight one. That was rough.
No, very entertaining to cast. I'm really happy that I was able to be the one to watch this historic match between CCS1 and CCS2.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was a historic one for us.
Let's talk a little bit about your guys' drafting tonight. Now, I'm assuming you guys are pretty familiar with each other's hero pools.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So is there some target banning coming out? I know chat was talking about like a potential like Garrosh Zarya being ran by CCS1. You guys banned out the Garrosh pretty quickly. So is that what's going on there? What was happening?
They have some more obscure stuff that we knew that they might try, because we've probably played them upwards of 50 or 60 times in scrims since we became a team. So we knew that they had some obscure stuff that they might try, but we stuck with kind of what we've been seeing them run recently. So the Garrosh, Johanna, kind of choking Valk out of his top 3, and then it worked. It worked for us.
Yeah, game number 1 too. I was surprised to see you pick up Diablo. Usually when I see a Tychus Brightwing on the enemy team, I'm like, maybe I don't want a Diablo. But you had no fear, locked that in, and it worked out for your team. How do you kind of look to play Diablo into that matchup? Because it's definitely not the easiest to go against.
Right. So with Tychus, for sure, it's not a coin flip, but it is really hard. You have to either kill the Tychus or stay as far away from him as possible. As soon as they drafted Varian in the 3-4, we knew exactly what their comp was, and we kind of had ideas that it was going to be a Varian pick comp as they started picking characters, and then it was the easiest false dead pick that we've ever had. we called it within 3 seconds of them picking Varian. We were ready for the fall stats. So we're just glad that comp came together as well as it did.
Let's talk a little bit about scrimming. How often do you get the chance to play CCS1?
In a perfect chance, we have about a 4-game block every week. And that's been for a solid over a couple months now. So we're very familiar. They give us a lot of time to practice and to grow between the two teams. So it's an NGS thing, but it's much bigger than an NGS thing for us.
Yeah.
When we play, it's definitely a CCS sister team kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Now, in your scrims, do CCS2 tend to come out on top, or is it more coin flip? What happens there?
Much to Valk's dismay, in the early, when me and Slick joined the team at the beginning of last season, in the off season before last season, we were getting thrashed by CCS1. It wasn't even close. They were not aware of how aggressive I was, and it took a while for me and Slick to kind of mesh between tank and healer, which is a very important kind of combo on a team. And then I want to say right around 3 months ago, we started taking 2 games off of them, and then 3 games off of them, and 4 games off of them in a 4-game block. So
Dang.
I would say generally now we like to come on top, but I'm sure that's kind of a boisterous claim.
My one last question for you guys.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And it just flew out of my head. I don't know what I was going to say. I had one. Now it's just gone. Well, I guess, how long have you guys been playing together? You've been scrimming for a while, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. So me and Slick joined the team in the off season of last season during the first Nexomania that CCS has been hosting.
That was last summer, right?
That was last summer. Yeah. Mayneski has been with CCS2 forever, since CCS2 was a thing. And then I believe Wolf came along after, and then Murad came along. Those 3 were playing long before me and Slick came around, but I like what we've built between the 5 of us, and if you watch my stream or Slick stream, the rapport we have is pretty healthy. So I'm a big fan of what we've managed to build.
That's awesome. One last question from chat is, who's the best tank in Div C West?
Well, in my world, it's me. Let's be perfectly honest about that. I actually haven't watched a lot of other games. I'm not really the scout. Mayneski is much more of the scout on our team. Him and Wolf. Yeah. They're much more the historians, so they'd be a better person to ask about that. But who's the best tank on CCS2? It's me. It's me. It's
on
me.
CCS2 specifically.
Good
answer.
If we narrow it down that low, then it's probably me.
All right, let's get into some shout outs here before we wrap up this interview then.
Yeah, so shout out to CCS as an organization. Just kind of, they're pretty rad. They let us get away with a lot of shenanigans. Easy shout out to Valk's mom, and then Emily, who is my girlfriend, who lets me get away with a lot of shenanigans. And then I don't know. Shout out to you. Thank you for casting, and
my pleasure.
We're pretty glad we could get a win.
All right. Well, congrats on the win once again. I wish you the best of luck. I know I've kind of caught quite a few C West games this season, and there's some hard hitters in your division. So I imagine it's going to be a challenging season. So I do wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see where you and CCS1 go for Div C West, and hope to cast a game again soon.
Oh, yeah. You'll see us in playoffs.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Callie's just found her pig and has decided it's time to play with it here. So sounds like a good time for me to wrap up stream. Let's see who we can find to raid here for you guys. And while I'm taking a look at that, I'll kind of give you a rundown of what's going on with me these days. Currently, Scott and I are looking at potentially buying a house. So I'm leaving a lot of my evenings open to go see houses at the moment they come up on the market, because just here, like, they're only on the market for like 4 or 5 days before offers are in and accepted. So I'm picking up casts basically the day of. So the best way to catch when I'm going to be casting is to join my Discord or follow me on Twitter if you don't already. I usually update there. When I'm going to be casting, for sure, I'll be casting again on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and another stream Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time if you'd like to catch those. But for those NGS casts, they are a little bit more sporadic right now. And I do apologize, Callie. I got Callie this pig toy that makes like snorting noises that she really loves. She's playing with that. I'm not sure if my mic's picking it up, but definitely a bit annoying. Let's see here who we can send you on over to. It's pretty late, so I doubt there's too much NGS stuff still going on. So we'll go ahead and let's send you to Sachi. Sachi. She's real sweet. You guys should drop her a follow if you're not already following her. And I will see you guys again Friday. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your week. Thanks so much for hanging out today. Thanks for the follows. Have yourselves, good week and stay safe out there.